Hello and welcome to GM-BIST construction. Today we are going to learn how to design our hidden beams. There are some questions that are actually seen from my comment section on my YouTube channels. People have actually requested for videos on hidden beams. So first of all, before we begin our design, we'll be going straight to know what are hidden beams. So from this little notes, say a hidden beam is also called a concealed beam. It's a type of reinforced concrete beam that is cast within the depth of a slab, so it is not visible. The purpose is to support load from partition walls resting on the slab. So if you have a partition wall resting on the slab and you don't want to have a beam that is visible, you create a beam that is called a concealed beam or a hidden beam. But this type of beam is not for larger span, it's for small span. So we'll now go to our Protastructure. So we want to have our hidden beam at this point. We don't want to have a full depth of beam at 450. So there are some little calculations that you actually need to carry out before inserting your hidden beams. So we are going to do that little calculations down here. So I actually jotted something. So assuming you have your beam depth as 450, your normal beam depth, and then you have the thickness of the width of your beam, like the thickness of the size of the block wall you are using for your building, as the breadth of your beam as 230. So if you do this calculation, you get this. So after getting this value 103,500 mm, the next thing you are going to do is you are going to divide it by the depth of your slab. So we have a slab of 150 that we are using in our design. So this is what we do. We'll go to our calculator. So we already have this value here. So the next thing we do is to divide it by 150. So the 150 here is the depth of our slab. So we'll have 690. So this is equals to 690. So if you now multiply this value back by 150, you see get the area here. So we'll now go to our Protastructure, go to modeling, then we'll click our beam. Then under our beam, the breadth will still be constant. No, the breadth will not be constant at this point again. So we'll have what? 690. So the value we actually got here, 690, after we have divided by the area. So we got 690. So this will now be 150. Your depth will now be 150. So you have it here. So this is the beam that we have here. So this is a concealed beam, so that the thickness of this beam is the same with that of your slab, while the width depends on the beam that you would have inserted here. So if you have a beam, like let's assume that this span was for like 500 depth, so you now multiply 500 by the breadth of your beam, which is normally the thickness of your block size. So the value you have, you now divide it by 150. So the next thing is for us to insert our slab. So just go to slab. So the thickness of the slab will be 150. Then your loading is a room imposed load. It's for residential domestic use. So click here, click here. So let us try to run our slab strip and see whether the slab here will be adequate for this span. So we'll still go back to modeling. We'll go back to slab strip. So we are using an analytical strip. So let's use our X direction. Click and hold your control key. Yeah, this. So you have a depth of, you have a spacing of 200. So let us now change to Y axis. So you can see that at this place too, the slab thickness is adequate. Now assuming that you don't have this concealed beam here and you just have a single slab here, you know that definitely this slab will actually fail. So this consists being usually used for small span. So you can have a span of, let's say, 10 meters and you want to use a concealed beam. That will not be possible. No matter the breadth of your beam, it will still fail. In that case, you are not expected to use your concealed beam. Concealed beam are only used for smaller span. So thank you, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of our tutorial videos. If you don't understand what I've actually said in this video, if there are questions, you can actually bring them in your comment section. Thank you. I remain Benedict from GM-BIST Construction.